Hi, here we are on the Tweed River. Just had a coffee at a place called Tumblebum. So, yeah, it's an old pub over there. Tumble Gum, not Tumblebum. That's what you do when you use the toilet, I guess. Just thought it was a good joke, wasn't it? Yeah, so here we are on NX 500. Getting about 9,500 Ks now, eh? I came here and swear about 35 minutes ago, and there was no cars here at all. My bike was over there. When time I had a coffee and some chips, it's just packed out, eh? It's a Sunday morning, so that's what happens, eh? Yeah, so the bike's holding up at near 10,000 Ks. A couple of little mini panniers there. Put cable ties, screwdrivers, whatever else you can fit into those. They come in handy, eh? It's like having extra large pockets on your jacket. You can put pins in, just leave them, eh? If somebody steals your tiny pannier, well, so be it. They're just little push bike panniers, eh? And they've got Velcro. Just tie them around your rider your passenger foot pegs. Alright, so I've come from the Gold Coast today, gone through Numinbah Valley. I'm on the back of a road, Tomerwin Road, and back the back road to here. It's just a good road. 363 Ks since I filled up on my last ride, so I've only done about, I'll say, just over 100 Ks today. There was a late start. So, beautiful little place, Tweed River. We're in northern New South Wales, from Wollumbar. Like everything, we just got to be cautious, right to the conditions. People are coming out of our driveways. So that third gear, there's a little bit of a feather on the clutch and off she goes. I was down about 8 kilometres an hour. So it's a great versatile bike, eh? If you just get to know the controls, get to know your brakes, the clutch. I guess I'm just talking to maybe learner riders here. Get to know all those things, and the bike becomes, every bike you ride becomes more manageable, predictable, and enjoyable, eh? And safer. You don't want to know how your braking performs, how to do an emergency brake, and until it happens, we all need to practice progressive braking. Front brake only, rear brake only. At lower speeds, of course, your rear brake. You don't want to be doing an emergency brake at any speed with only your back brake, but you do need to know how your back brake behaves if you only put your back brake on, because remember, you can have a front brake failure, eh? And it's a good, you can go through twisties by just feathering your rear brake. We're talking about at lower than racetrack speeds. Obviously, we're just talking about cruising speeds through the twisties, having a little bit of fun. And that way, look, no, I don't want to give any advice on cornering, because there's different things. I was just going to say, then you don't have to load up your front tyre and have any fork rebound, but I think that obviously would reduce your traction on your front. But there's a time that it's not appropriate to be wanting to brake with your front tyre where it's really not necessary. And your rear brake, because like your rear brake can tuck you in, if you're going a little bit wide, or you just want to make sure you're going tighter when you're already going, you just have to cover your back brake. Like a corner here, and just an example, I'm heading there, and if I just put my back brake, I'd even just slowing down, it tightens you up. So that's a philosophy if you're just going through tight corners, And of course, the more advanced techniques is you can slide, you can steer a little bit with your rear wheel, but I don't think that's really what you want to be doing if you are a learner rider. And to be honest, probably not even if you're an experienced rider on the roads, but it is a technique. Dirt riders do it all the time. You slide around corners with your rear wheel, and that comes from obviously the days as well before we had ABS, and the front brake was a bit of a no-no in most situations when you're on a dirt bike, unless you're on a motocross bike and it was a technique you would load your front wheel up. But generally on dirt gravel roads before we had ABS, we generally favoured the rear brake, put it that way. So 367 kilometres at 3.3 litres per 100. So that's how cool it is, So that's done over, them figures, maybe done 12 litres and still got 5 litres left, roughly. Probably not that much, but she'll theoretically get 500 Ks out of that consumption figure. We're going to get 500 Ks, So, but 368, we don't want to get fuel anxiety because we've all done it, We've had 120, 130 Ks in a tank, haven't took the opportunity to fill up, and we go, I might go left, so I might, instead of going right, then you end up getting lost in your ride, and all of a sudden you realise there isn't a petrol station anywhere where you've just gone, So, it's always good to fill up when you get the opportunity. I will say, when the bike has got less than half a tank in, you can feel the difference when you're going low speed. It stops, 10 litres of fuel weighs about 7 kilos, roughly 7 kilos, So 7 litres on this will get over 200 kilometres theoretically, So if we knew we were just going for an hour's ride, say, or 100k, 150k ride, just not, instead of filling it right up, just put 7 litres in, and you got a bike that weighs 7 kilos less, 10 litres of fuel is 7 kilos. So, and it's up high, So you're getting rid of 7 kilos of high centre gravity weight. So, and of course, when you put a tank bag on, you're increasing that top centre gravity weight again. So people obsess about weight on the bikes, and then there's little things we can do like that. But if you know you're touring and you're not going to be stopping like you're doing a long distance touring, well, you're wanting to fill up put that 500 Ks for fuel in, that's 7.5 litres. But if you know your stop starting, you're going on a circuit, you're going to be stopping to go to the toilet, you're going to be doing very sketchy back roads where you might be wanting to pull over often for different reasons, to let speeding cars and bikes and whatever go by. And you're a learner rider, you might want to just put less fuel in, eh? It's always nice to have a cheery person at the side of a bike rider. It just gives somebody a nod, eh? There's so many fucking people with their heads up their asses. And you breed of motorbike riders, eh?